course, if there are any low hanging branches, we would use them to hang our pack on, if they're strong enough at least. But if there aren't, such as if I'm looking around here, there are no low branches on these trees. How we then still hang our pack on that? Of course, I can set my pack just on the ground like this, but over time it will damage your pack because there are all kinds of twigs, branches and all kind of stuff laying around on the ground. First thing you want to do is inspect the rope for any cuts or loose hanging threads. Most of the time this won't happen, but after extensive use there may be little weak points in the rope that will eventually snap the rope and your pack falls down. I am personally not really worried about my pack falling down, but maybe if you have heavy gear in this, gear like hanging your knife on the side of your axe, and you're working below it, or you're taking something out of your pack and the rope snaps, that's not gonna be a nice feeling, I think. So I've already inspected this rope. This rope is quite good. The first thing we have to do is make a bowline knot. I think it's called a bowline knot in English, not quite sure anymore. I live in the Netherlands, so for the Dutchies watching these videos, it's called a paalsteek. I will show you now how to tie one, because this is the first knot you need to do to hang your pack. This is how you tie your first knot. You make a small loop, noticing that the line which is lying on top is the short or the end of the line. Then you make a bigger loop. This loop you can tie around the tree and around the branch to fixate it in that way, but that's not what we're gonna do right now at this point. Then the rabbit comes in. The rabbit comes out of the hole, goes around the tree like such, then goes back into the hole, and then you take these three ends and this one end and you cinch it all tight, and then you've created your first knot for your pack hanging system. Now at this stage there are two things you need to do. You need to pick a tree and you need to find a stick. What you're going to do next is you're going to wrap this part around the tree, like such. Then you take a small piece of this rope, not the entire rope, but just a small piece, make a small loop and put that through your knot. You then take your branch, you put it in between those two lines of that small loop, and you cinch it all tight, like such. The great part about making your pack system like this is that you can easily retrieve it. Instead of bringing the entire line back through that loop, you just loosen it up a little, take your stick out, and you're good to go again. This is how it looks from up close. Here's your little loop of the big line that's going through it, and this is the entire knot you made at the beginning, and the stick goes through, and this secures the whole system. Okay, now you created this, and now you need to make sure to make a handle which you can hang your pack from. It's very simple. You just take the line like this. Of course, with another stick, you don't need to hold it in your hand, but because I'm filming with one hand, this is a little bit hard to do at this point. But you take your line and you twist it around your hand, creating this little loop. Then you take the line which is going from top to bottom and pull that through that loop. So you're creating some kind of loop in a loop. Then you are going to stick your stick through, and this is kind of hard with one hand, but there you go. And you cinch it all tight, and now you essentially made your handle which your backpack can hang from. What you're now going to take is this handle, most backpacks have one, and put that around your stick, and then your backpack hangs. Now what you have created is this one little toggle that's going through the loop of the backpack, securing it to the tree once again. And of course the excess rope, you make sure it's not on the ground, that it's nice and bundled up. And once you've done that, you've created your backpack that is hanging from a tree. Well, I hope you now have the knowledge and the skills to hang your backpack from a tree, when there are no branches or anything to hang your pack from on ground level. We will start off small and eventually get into the harder things of bushcrafting. For the upcoming videos, I have a video about how to pick your location, as well for bushcrafting as for survival. For survival, there are two types of locations: the location where you want to be found and the location where you don't want to be found. So stay tuned for the next one. Have a nice day.